one year, and I was on Deuteronomy 11, and there's a verse that stood out to me that I think will really bless you guys. Deuteronomy 11, verse 10 to 11. The land you are entering to take over is not like the land of Egypt, from which you have come, where you planted your seed and irrigated by foot, as in a vegetable garden. But the land you are crossing the Jordan to take possession of is a land of mountains and valleys that drinks rain from heaven. It is a land that the Lord your God cares for. The eyes of the Lord your God are continually on it from the beginning of the year to its end. And I feel like God is speaking to me about what would it look like to actually stay in the land of Egypt. And it can represent maybe your past, maybe the thing that God has been asking you to let go of, maybe the job he's been asking you to let go of, maybe friendships, relationships he's been asking you to let go of. And that is that land. It's irrigated by foot as in a vegetable garden. You know, it's just a land that you used to be there, but you know that God is not in it. But the land you're crossing over, and you know, this verse speaks specifically to me because there's a promise that God made to me that has something to do with, I'm not going to tell you the whole thing, but it has something to do with mountains and valleys. And so when this verse came, which I just read this verse for the very first time, and it just stood out to me. And it's like mountains and valleys that drink rain from heaven. It is a land that the Lord your God cares for. The eyes of the Lord your God are continually on it from the beginning of the year to its end. Don't you all want to be in that land where God's eyes are continuously on it from the beginning to the end? Don't you all want to be in a land that God cares for? And I feel like there's some people that are watching. You need to leave the past. You need to leave Egypt. The blessing won't be there. If you've been asking God for this blessing, but you're staying in the land that he asked you to leave. You've been asking God for success and prosperity and blessing and peace and joy, but you've been staying in Egypt instead of moving to the land that he promised you. And if you want to see his blessings on your life, if you want to see peace and joy and love, it comes on the other side of your obedience. It comes on the other side of you moving from the land you are in to the land he's asking you to go. The land of mountains and valleys, the land where the eyes of the Lord are upon you from the beginning till the end, the land that God will care for you. And I don't know, this verse just stood out to me, and I feel like somebody needs to hear this message. You can't pray the same prayer when God already actually gives you the way out. He already tells you, if you want to receive this, then you better do this. But you keep on not doing it, and you keep on living in the land that he asked you to leave. So, yeah, maybe it's a word for somebody. It's time to leave Egypt and start marching to the calling, to the promised land, to the purpose that he set upon your life. God bless you all.